What is good, people, and welcome back to another tutorial video. Now in today's video we're going to be showing you how to do a tailgate hinge on a 3.5 cabby. Will they be the same as the Mark III's? Probably not. Is the principle similar? Absolutely. So we're going to get straight into it. Hope you do enjoy this video. If you do, give it a like and subscribe, and we'll start off with the tools that you need. These are literally the only tools you'll need. 1/4 inch, 3 inch, 1/2 inch, whichever one you want to use, preferably something small because it is a little bit tight to get in there. Obviously you want to be as square as possible, you don't want to be up at an angle and round off the bolts. We've got a longer extension and a screwdriver. So the first thing you want to do is pop off this tailgate strut here, and there's two little clips just there and then just here, and just pry it downwards just like that. There we go, and that's it. So next thing, you want to get your 13mm on an extension and take this one off, and then the one at the back. You want to use the smaller extension for the one at the back, because the longer one makes the ratchet hit the tailgate and then it's going at an angle. So make sure you've got the shorter one. You don't want to take the bolts out just yet, you're just loosening them off. And then you want to pop these two caps off using your screwdriver. That'll expose two more 13mm. Again, just slacken them off. And then it should lift off as easy as that. Obviously mine's all rusty and worn out, as you can see. So we'll get the next one. There we go, new tailgate hinge. And then you want to start lining everything up. Remember, you don't want to fully tighten the bolts at this point, you're just putting them in loosely. You're going to want to lift the tailgate at this point just to give yourself a little bit of wiggle room for the bolt. There we go. Now just nick them up. Now just nick all 4 bolts up. Again, you don't want them fully tight at this point. You're just getting them all the way in, just so you're ready to tighten them up. So at this point, you're going to want to line up the tailgate at the top. You can just see just here where the little dirt mark is. You just want to go line that up, just so you know exactly where the tailgate was. Again, you're not going fully tight at this bit yet, you're just nicking them up. And then the same, you want to line up the bottom tailgate hinge as well. You'll be able to tell where the tailgate hinge sits because there's lots of dirt around it. Just make sure you line that up like this. Now at this point you don't want to tighten everything up yet, you just want to make sure that the tailgate just closes as it should. Now before you go ahead and tighten everything up, you want to make sure that the tailgate hinge lines up with the dirt marks on the body, and then you want to line up the bolts with the tailgate itself. The problem I had with mine is my tailgate's already been off, so the alignment on the left side, there was a massive gap and a small gap on this side. That's the reason why I was having some difficulty on this side. If that's the case, you want to go and release these two nuts here, and that just gives you the back and forward motion, and also left to right. You want to release both of those two, and then either slide it to the left or slide to the right, and then get it to a point where you're comfortable. So as you can see here, this bit could do with just pushing in a little bit. This gap I'm happy with, and this gap I'm happy with. This one is slightly pushed out a little bit. This is where things get a little bit awkward, because once you've released both of the tops and you're trying to line up where everything is, when you lift the tailgate up, it can move out of place. That's why you want to only just slightly release these, because if you go too loose, they're just going to go all over the place and you're never really going to get an idea of where to tighten it. If you're OCD like me and you want a panel gap equal on both sides, what I'll probably do now is, knowing that this side is a little bit out, I want it pushing up to there, and then this side is perfectly fine. When I lift up this tailgate, I'll only lift up very slowly, put a little bit of pressure on this side, just nick up the brackets on this side, nick them up on that side, and then do another test. This is quite tedious, but it's the only way, because the hinges are hidden and the boot is closed, so you can't even go into the boot and tighten them that way, especially when you don't have body shop knowledge and you want to do a DIY. And that is done, people. Now the body is pretty much lined up, both there and there, and then using my trusty measurement tool, a little 13, put it to the back of that. There's the tiniest little nick at the end, and then the tiniest nick at the end. Beautiful. Not bad for a first timer. That goes to show that anyone can do it. Just make sure you get all your gaps good first. Make sure you get the back lined up as well. And then obviously remember that you are going to be pushing onto a tailgate seal, so the tailgate will naturally push outwards. So once you're doing the adjustment, give the tailgate a little push down, and then tighten up, and then check. Sweet! If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more tutorial videos, challenge videos, and loads more work on this car. So we'll see you every Wednesday and Sunday at 8 PM. Peace!